Hello everyone, it's Grumpy Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of my Take It server. I'm out here at the quarry. I just decided to come in here because y'all hadn't seen it in a few episodes, but as you can see, we've got a ton of quarries. All these ones you're seeing, they're all mined out. Uh, well, most of them. At any one given time, we've got 3 quarries running. Honestly, I hadn't been out here in a few days either, so I don't know which 3 are running. I'm too far away to probably see the actual drill bit moving. But the way we're doing it now is we have 3 running, and then my girlfriend automatically builds the next 3 so that whenever the first 3 are done, she just has to start the other 3 up. But there's over 20 something of them now. If you look at these blocks, they look kind of small up here. It's because what it is, I'm like way up in the air. If you look at these quarries, we always build a platform over the middle of them, and we place a world anchor there to keep it loaded, so when we walk away we're still quarrying. And I'm standing on one of those, and I tarred pillared up to get a good bird's eye view, but I'm actually at level 93 right now. But anyway, there's 20 something quarries, so this is how we're getting all our resources. Let me go back down here and show you a couple more things that have happened since you've last seen the server. First of all, now we have a train heading out here. It's not a super long walk out here, but it gets tedious because you're constantly coming out here to check on the quarries, to move and that kind of thing. So I talked my girlfriend into building a rail system. She was kind of reluctant at first. I had to ride her ass a little bit, but honestly, she's kind of lazy on stuff like this. But just had to ride her ass a little bit. Basically what it was, she knows how to build tracks, but she didn't know how to do it in Railcraft. She just knows how to do it vanilla Minecraft. And so I just kind of rode her ass till she figured it out. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and take the ride. It's not super long. I told her she needed to make the track further because, as you can see, we had to walk a little piece. But also too, she didn't have to, I don't think she had to put these redstone torches on the side. I think there's a way to active. They're powering up the booster tracks, whatever you call those sections, but I think there's a way to do it without that. I think you put like something kind of makes like a button in front of them and behind them. But anyway, she was in charge of this project. I'll probably let her know about that. This is actually the first time I wrote it right here. Well, I wrote it out there, and then I just now wrote it back. So she's at work right now. So she actually had it set up too. No, I hate that. She actually had it set up too to where she was using levers because she couldn't figure out how to get the buttons to work. She didn't have much experience with this kind of stuff. Most of the time I'm the one doing the building, but I've been so consumed with this tree farm, and I've been wanting that rail there for a long time, and so I got her to do that. I also told her, she got onto her a little bit, said, man, make your buildings look good. They look like crap. Because she just kind of shouldn't put much effort in anything. If you go back and look at the video before, she just took marble, made a shoe box, and put a glass ceiling. It looked like crap, and I just convinced her or talked her into prettying up a little bit. So I actually love it now. It looks cool as hell. Same thing here. Not a real big fan of this building, but the trim does make it look better. Yeah, actually wasn't happy with the placement either, because it's kind of like right here up against the tree farm. And this is my pet project. Still working on this thing. The last time you saw it, I've had 10 or 12 hours of building time in it since then. It's a massive undertaking. It's by far the most complicated thing I've ever built in Tekkit or Minecraft Vanilla, either one. But let me try to put it up, show you what I got so far. There's actually 3 levels now. I guess I'll just call this level 3. Ground level's level 2, and then there's a sub level, like a basement, we'll call it level 1. But as you can see, these blocks all over the place, these machines, those are deployers. Now what they're going to do is plant the saplings. And so there's 9, if you look at the wood, there's 9 squares, and there's 5 deployers in each square, so there's a total of 45 deployers. Now I'm about 80% of the way done constructing this thing. I've got most of the hard stuff out of the way, but one thing I do need to add still is I still need to put the block breakers. And so what's going to happen is, originally when I built this machine, the obsidian pipes in the floor on level 2, they were only designed to grab stuff that fell directly on the floor. Well, since I'm going to have over 100 machines on this floor, anything that falls in the machine won't get gathered. So what I had to do is move the obsidian pipes up one level, and when I moved them up one level, it created gaps in the collection system. I'll show you that here in a second. In other words, since I moved these up a level, anything on the cobblestone would not get picked up, and so I had to redesign it. But anyway, you can see now the filler, it's actually one level above the floor, so the filler does no longer picks up directly off the floor. It only breaks stuff one block above the floor. So I needed a way to break the tree trunks, and so that's what the block breakers are for. Remember last time I told you I was going to do block breakers, but it was technical. This is the reason why, because I knew I was going to have to move the filler up. So now, since I moved the obsidian pipes up, it created gaps in the floor, and I got a visual representation of that here now too, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the old setup right here. The black block, this block right here represents the obsidian pipe, and when you feed it power with a steam engine or a combustion engine, I told you it gathers in the cone, and there you can see the cone. The sand represents the cone. Now if you look at that block right there I'm pointing at, that represents like a deployer or block breaker. So as you can see, with this system right here, anything that falls on that block will not get picked up because the cone doesn't extend far enough. So here's how I had to fix it. I moved the obsidian pipe up one level. If you look right here, the obsidian pipe is 2 levels away from the floor. Over here it's 3 levels away from the floor. Let me turn a little bit there. You can see it. The obsidian pipes are up higher now. But that created a second problem. Now if we come over here, the obsidian pipe can collect in the 9x9 area on anything that falls on the floor. Over here when we raise the pipe, it's only a 7x7 area, so we're going to have a gap right here and a gap right here where the obsidian pipes were not going to be able to gather. So the way I solved this problem is I added more obsidian pipes. So basically what I had to do is I had to completely tear down everything you saw in the previous video. This building was nothing but a shell. And what I did for the obsidian pipes, they used to be in a 3x3 pattern. Each obsidian pipe would cover a square. Now they're in a 4x4 pattern. So there's a lot more obsidian pipes now. But you can see right here it's a lot more complicated. It's taken me many hours. There's so much piping here now, it's not even funny. This is only a fraction of it. Let me show you the basement now. Now all the piping is in place, it's complete. But anyway, let me show you how these two systems work. I have 3 pipe systems now. I have the obsidian pipe system. It collects the resources. I have a system that feeds the saplings to the deployers, and I have a third system that feeds charcoal to the engines. And so let me show you how this works. Right here, this diamond pipe, that's where everything comes in out from the obsidian pipe collection system. Comes in right there and it goes to this diamond pipe. This diamond pipe, it splits everything 3 ways. As you can see, there's a green, red, and a yellow. Now all the wood goes to the red, all the saplings go to the green, and anything that's not a sapling or wood goes to this right here. It's like a reject chest. And actually the only reason I needed that because when I was building like stuff, sometimes stuff would automatically or accidentally fall into the piping system. It falls on the obsidian pipe, and so it gets sucked into the system. So I put this chest. You can already see it. It collected all that. I don't know how I got 39 of those, but somehow, I don't know. My girlfriend might have stuck something in there. I don't know where those. I don't know. Maybe picked it up, but it seemed like weird. It picks up 39. I don't know. Maybe she dropped a stack or something. I don't know. But anyway, now let me show you this. All the saplings go here to the green one, but if you notice, the rubber tree sapling is missing. No, I'm sorry, it's right there. I think I need to remove that actually. Okay, yes I do. Glad I caught that. All the saplings except the rubber tree saplings will go here, and I got these chests marked. This chest right here, saplings. These two chests right here, wood. And let me show you this right here now. The saplings are actually supposed to go here with the wood. Actually, that's what I needed to do. Yeah. Okay. So now the rubber saplings will go down this pipe, and then we have another one right here. And on the yellow path here, you see it goes this way. That's where I want the saplings to go. So I already had the rubber tree sapling there. Okay. So rubber tree saplings will go down this pipe, and that goes down into the pipe system that feeds the deployer saplings. But all the wood will go down in these two chests. Now here's a special pipe. It's called a distribution pipe. I'll show you more on that in a minute. But basically what it does is it distributes stuff evenly. Since everything's set to 1, what's going to happen? Every two blocks that come down, one will go here, one will go here. So I wanted to increase the storage capacity, and I wanted the chest to fill up evenly, so that's how I did that. Now here's the rubber tree sapling pipe right here. So let's follow that. Comes down over here, goes down into the floor right here. Okay, so you can see there's don't look at the vertical pipes, just look at the horizontal pipes. All the logic, all the distribution pipes, they're all controlled right there. There's 2 sets of pipes. One set of pipes is in the ground. That's the one I'm standing on. That set's in the ground. That's for the saplings. The set above ground, that's for the charcoal. So let me show you the one for the saplings first. First thing it does, it goes in this distribution pipe. It distributes the saplings evenly. So the blue, green, and yellow each get 1. And so basically what that works is, if you remember the deployers, they're all on the squares. There's 3. The squares are in 3x3 patterns, so basically I needed 3 rows of pipes to feed the deployers. So that's what this pipe does. It divides them evenly. A third of them go down this row, a third of them go down this row, and a third of them go down that road, or that row. So let's come down here and check out, see how this works. You can see here there's nothing, it's all straightforward here. I just put a golden pipe every so often to speed everything back up. But here's a place where the deployer had to be reprogrammed. Okay, as you can see here, I don't know what you call these things. I just call them like distribution trees. But basically what this works is, remember there's 5 deployers per square. Well, luckily there's exactly 5 outputs on the distribution pipe, and so you can see them there, and you can see they're going up into the ceiling. There's actually 5 outputs in each one, so there's each one of these pipes is feeding a different deployer. And so this one right here, everything is just set up for 1-to-1 ratio. So basically that works. Every 5 saplings go up here. Each pipe gets exactly 1 sapling. But down here, if you look, I have actually 3 trees, distribution trees. There's one, here's one, and here's one. Now this one wants to get a third of them, this one wants to get a third, and that one wants to get a third. So let's see how this works. So 3 of them come down here. I want 1/3 of them to go up here. I don't want half of them. If I get half of them up here, what happens is these deployers are going to get filled up faster than those 2. So what I do is I had to reprogram this one. I had to set gray to 1 and blue to 2. So the way this works, here's gray. Gray gets 1 sapling. This pipe gets 2. And so down here, we're back down to not having to reprogram. So half of them will go up here, half of them go down there. Not really too complicated as long as you learn how the distribution pipe works. Real easy to program. All you gotta do is right click on them like that, and then just, you got plus and minus symbols to change them. So that is the system for the deployers. Let me show you the charcoal system now. It's the system above ground. Actually, this is the last thing I was working on. Let me show you how this works. Okay, there's 16 engines. So if I take like a stack of wood over here, I'll grab a stack of wood, I'll throw it in this furnace. That's why I put the furnace. It takes it like 4 or 5 seconds to cook a stack. And then what I'll do is you just drop them right here, and there's an obsidian pipe right there. And so if I drop 64 of them in there, a stack at a time, each engine will get 4 pieces of charcoal. And so all you got to do, actually, they're distributed evenly. So I just have to click on one engine. Let me go over here. Right click on an engine like that, and it will tell me how much charcoal's in there. And so all I have to do is, like if it's running low, I can just throw a stack of charcoal in there, or however many I want to feed, but they'll get distributed evenly. So let me show you how that system works. It's basically the same theory, except this one everything's in a power of 2 and not a power of 3. So there's actually 16 of them. So the first pipe splits them evenly in 2. So half the charcoal goes down this way and half of them goes this way. Now I'm just going to show you one side because it works the same way on both sides, but half of them come down this way, and then here's our first distribution pipe. Again, it splits them in half, so half of them will go down this way and half of them will go down this way. So lastly, let me show you a leg of this. Okay, now there's 4 engines on each row, so you can see the 4 pipes going up through the ceiling. Now I want 1/4 of them to go here, another 1/4 to go there, another 1/4 there and there. So the very first pipe, I have to set the blue up for 3 and the cyan up for 1. So the way it works, that's actually misprogrammed. No, it's programmed right. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 of them go down to blue. So when every four pieces of charcoal come down, 3 of them will go this way, 1 of them will go this way. And now I'm down to having 3 pieces of charcoal. So I want 1 of them to go up and 2 of them to go down the blue pipe. So when these 3 come down here, 1 will go up here, 2 will go down there. Finally we come down here, and this one splits them evenly again. So half of them go here and half of them go there. But hopefully that's not too technical, but that's basically my lesson for this episode, is how to use the distribution pipes. I won't show you how to build them. There's recipes for that. Already explained that in previous episodes. There's no reason to show people recipes. I actually get burned out. I watch some videos and some guys want to make something like a mass fabricator, and he'll show you all 20 steps, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, just show me how to use it already. But that's just me, you know. So I was like, man, if you can't figure out how to top something down in here like solar cell and figure out how to go there, you're probably not doing good playing tech. You probably want to stick with vanilla Minecraft. But anyway, here's the control panel. Like I said, that right there is going to be the place where you just drop charcoal in there. That's really not that complicated. You only have to drop a stack in there every 4th time you run the machine, and so every hour or 2. Well, I don't know. It depends on how much you're harvesting. But you don't have to drop them down there much. It's not worth automating. You push this button, it's going to deploy saplings. So the saplings are automatically fed into deployers, but they won't plant until you hit that button. And this switch right here will turn on the collection system. That's actually working. It just won't right now, because I don't have block breakers, the trunks won't get broke. But I do need one more switch, and the last switch is going to be for the block breaker, but I need to put that in. So I'm like 80% of the way done with this machine. I just need to plant all the block breakers down. That won't take too long, but let me show you what is going to take a long time. Let me tard pillar up a little bit and show you. All this stuff will have to be wired, and you see right there I already have a bundled cable coming up, and I forget which colors I'm using, but actually I'm going to have the bundled cable maybe coming out in like an H pattern, like bundle cable go across this way and then the bundle cable go up this way and this way. And I'll have some insulated wire coming out of the bundle cable, and one color will feed the deployers, another color will feed the block breakers. But by the way, that was one more thing I failed to mention this in the last episode, and it's another cool feature of the insulated wire, is that it does not transmit redstone signals on anywhere but the very ends. In other words, like this right here, it's transmitting redstone signal to this block. But if you look at all the blue, what that is, that's the wiring system for the collection system. If I come over here, this is the on-off switch. collection on. When it switches down, if I flip that switch down, we'll collect everything on the floor, but that's the blue wire. And so what that blue wire does, it turns on all the engines so that the obsidian pipes start collecting stuff from above. And I'll have two more colors. It looks like green is going to be to deploy saplings, so every deployer will get a green wire, and then I forget what I was going to use for the third color. I think white. I think I ended up making a bunch of white insulated wire, but I got to figure out where to put that. I didn't make this quite long enough or build it right, and so oops, didn't mean to jump down there. I'll have to figure out how to put a button right here. That's going to operate on a button. This one has a button because you just want to pulse to deploy the saplings. Same thing for the block breakers. You're just going to pulse them to break all the tree trunks. But that's basically going to be it. There's only going to be 3 buttons to operate this thing. So the way this will work, whenever you want to do rubber tree saplings, you'll tap that button. It'll plant all the trees. And then you have 2 options. You can go up here and manually fertilize 45 trees, or you can just walk away and come back in 30 minutes. Choice is yours. It won't be that big of a deal because basically my girlfriend goes to the quarry all the time, and she likes, she'll kind of like doing that kind of stuff. So basically what it works, if she wants to go to the quarry on her way from the house to here, she'll probably stop off and deploy the saplings, or if they're already grown, she'll harvest them. The harvesting's pretty much just about fully automated. So all you got to do in there, if you want to start the harvesting, you got to right click the filler, pick up a block and drop it. That'll start the filler. It'll knock everything down but the trunks. You'll come down here, you'll push that one button that operates the block breakers, and then you'll turn on the collection system, and then you'll wait a minute or 2, and then you'll turn off the once everything's gathered up and harvested, you'll flip that switch back up. But anyway, here's another little demo of the distribution pipe system. Here's the input. Comes in right here, and it's fully programmable. I guess I could, if I have an obsidian pipe on me. Yeah, maybe I do. I got some over here, I think. Yeah, there they are. Okay, I can get this to work with obsidian pipes. So let me shorten this up so we're not staring at it so long. Okay. But now I can show you how this works. Okay, now you see here I have a green, a teal, and a yellow output. Let me turn these off. I got to turn blue off. Yellow's got to be on. I actually don't think you got to turn those off. I do that just so I can remember which ones to mess with easier. I need teal, green, and yellow. Okay. Now if I was to drop 3 blocks down in here, you'll see it here in a second. Let's watch this, how it works. Maybe I should have put a golden pipe down. You can see right there that all 3 automatically get evenly distributed. That's because they're all set up on a 1-to-1 ratio. But let me go ahead and reprogram one. Oops. Let me reprogram green to 3. So now what I'm going to do is drop 5 blocks on there. Alright, now if we watch it this time, oops, let me pick that up. There's 5 blocks in there, so 3 of them should go here, 1 there, and 1 there. So there we go. You can see how distribution pipe works. Pretty handy. But anyway, I think this episode's probably long enough. Hope you learned something. Hope you were entertained. This is Grumpy Gamer. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that like button, and hopefully next video, this thing will be finished and I'll be able to show you how it works. But anyway, we'll see you next time.